Out of the way, you.
Holy shit, breaking news. DC shocker James Gunn, Peter Safran to lead film, TV, and animation division for Warner Brothers DC. What? The hierarchy of power in the DC universe really is changing. In a stunning turn of events, filmmaker James Gunn and producer Peter Safran have been tapped to lead DC Films, TV, and animation efforts as co-chairs and co-CEOs of DC Studios, a newly formed division at Warner Brothers that will replace DC Films. The unprecedented move, in which a top director will assume a top executive post, marks the end of a months-long search by Warner Brothers Discovery CEO David Zaslav to replace DC film boss Walter Hamada, who departed the studio last week. That search had all of Hollywood guessing and playing executive bingo for who will get one of the most coveted and challenging jobs in town. Crazy. Gunn will focus on the creative side while Safran will focus on the business and production side of things. Both are expected to continue to direct and produce projects respectively. They will report directly to Zaslav and work closely with Warner Film bosses DeLuca and Pamela Abdy. Sources say the deal runs for 4 years and Gunn will be exclusive to DC. The goal is for them to not just for them not to just be producers, but to truly function as executives, even as Gunn will occasionally hone a movie. Wow. This is crazy. This is unexpected. I did not think James Gunn and Peter Safran will take the lead. Wow. I did not expect this. This is truly crazy. This is insane. Now, of course, the big question is, I think Peter Safran worked on the air cut, so I think the air cut is fine. I think we will eventually get the air cut still. And we all know James Gunn worked with Zack Snyder on Dawn of the Dead, and James Gunn and Zack Snyder are friends. So will this help restore the Snyderverse? Or, like I said, when The Rock keeps saying this new era of DC Universe and the hierarchy of power is about to change, is this what he meant? Did he know this all along? Are they going to go... Well, I've been saying, no, they're going to go in a different new direction for DC. So I don't know what this means for the Snyderverse. And when I mean Snyderverse, I mean Zack Snyder's story in particular. I'm not talking about the cast because I think the cast will, obviously, the cast is safe. The cast will return. But as far as Zack Snyder's story, I don't know, man. I really don't know what's going to happen there. It is crazy. It truly is crazy. Like I said, big news, shocking news. I don't know what this means for I hope this shows a new path for DC. I know some people don't like James Gunn. I'm not the biggest fan of the Suicide Squad. I did not like Peacemaker at all. But for the most part, I do like James Gunn's work. And I hope Peter Safran and James Gunn have a creative mindset for DC that's not similar to Marvel. I hope they know, like, listen, this is DC. We are going to carve our own path, and we're going to make DC films completely different from what Marvel is doing. And I think they have that mindset. I really do. I have more faith in Peter Safran than in James Gunn, to put it that way. Because I think Peter Safran is a great producer, and he understands, the comic book fandom, and he really gets, the lore and mythology of comic books. So I'm cool with Peter Safran taking the co-lead. It's just James Gunn, I'm a little iffy on James Gunn, but like I said, this is a new creative shift for DC moving forward. This is crazy. Hey, new era of DC, man. I've been saying this for a while. Like, DC is going to go in a completely new direction. Whether this is good or bad remains to be seen. I'm going to choose to be more optimistic, and I think this is a good sign and a good step forward for DC, especially with Peter Safran as the co-lead. I really do have faith in Peter Safran that he would take the charge and be like, hey, we're not going to do this. We're doing this. We're not going to do that. This is what we're going to do. Yeah, this is crazy. Absolutely crazy. I did not think James Gunn, like Peter Safran, I kind of figured, like, yeah, he would be a choice, but James Gunn, that's crazy. But the fact that they still have to answer to David Zaslav, that puts my worries at ease, because David Zaslav is not going to be like, he's like, no, we're not going to greenlight any of this nonsense. But yeah. Hit like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Discord to join the Truth Army. I'm fucking speechless. I can't even fucking speak. Hit like, subscribe. Crazy. Big step up for DC. Like I said, whether this is great news or bad news remains to be seen. I think this is great news. I think this is good news and a new creative shift for DC moving forward. And now let's just see what happens. But man, Big swings, DC, big swings. Let's see if it pays off. I hope it does, and I think it will, especially with Peter Safran as the co-lead. But yeah, who the fuck is calling me? Anyway, love you all. Stay safe. Truth out.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Oh, and in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.